Hello, I'm Lee Davis, and I am presenting to you the Phantasm Fan Comic I created. And I just wanted to explain why I did this comic and how it came to be and how the process was, and I'll keep this part short and sweet. Anyway, as any real horror fanatic, I'm a huge fan of the Phantasm movies. Needless to say, I don't need to tell you if you're watching this and you know the movies, know and love the movies the way I do. I don't need to explain why. I always love the imagination and the vision, the mashup of sci-fi with horror. The Tall Man, but I could go on and on. Just everything that is great and awesome is kind of just smushed up into those films. So anyway, I was at the San Diego Comic Con with my good buddy Jarrell Claiborne, the great writer. Hey Jarrell, and he said, "Oh my God, Lee, look over there. There's Reggie Bannister." And I looked over, and there was Reggie Bannister, of course. And so we went and talked to him, and he was a really friendly, fantastic gentleman. I really liked him, and I got to meet his wife as well. And they were just the biggest sweethearts I could have ever hope to meet. As the Lord knows, you meet some people you grew up admiring in films, being the geek that you are, um, and and are not very impressed. But I was anyway. I was almost afraid to go to his table because I didn't have enough money to be buying merchandise and autographs and everything. Anyway, yeah, so he's a great guy. We were just talking, and I won't get into how the conversation went, but it ended up with me wondering, could I do a Phantasm comic? Most of my comics look more like cartoons, and I didn't know if that'd be fitting for Phantasm. But on the plane ride home, I kept on thinking about it, and I said, okay, I think I've got to try this, and so so I kind of jumped right into it, and I just did the best I could, and I trying to make my illustrations look more fitting for what a Phantasm comic should look like, in my opinion. Obviously, I mean, a lot of people might disagree. I just did the very best I could, and it was a really tedious process. It was about 2 months of work in between, of course, other things, real life and everything. 2 months worth of my the slots I give myself for creative time, and it was just very very tedious, and it involved just trying to be as spot on as I possibly could. I watched the films over and over and over again, and I just want to say that the experience. Something about watching my favorite horror movies over and over again. I feel like I'm wearing the life out of them, like I'm burning out on them. It's happened to some of my favorites, but for some reason, in that I was working, I was giving my own angle to my own personal angle to the franchise while watching these films over and over again. It in some real abstract kind of way, it almost felt like I'd been part of a production when I was done with it. Anyway, it was just a ton of work, um, and anyway, that I submitted the comic to be looked at. And I also want to point out, just so I'm not stepping on toes here, there is a Phantasm comic out already. I haven't seen it yet. It's on the Phantasm website. So I just wanted to let you know what this is all about. Nothing ever happened with it. I don't know if anything ever could, but I never heard anything back. So therefore, this can only be deemed a labeled, categorized a fan comic, and therefore definitely not a part of the official Phantasm canon. This is just my take on what I would have done with it if the job of writing a Phantasm story would have looked like if handed to me. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you like it. If you don't, I understand. Um, I think that about covers it. Yeah, but it was 2 months of work, and even when I submitted when I made some presentation kits, that was about $100, and nothing. I didn't hear squat back, which is, that happened. I mean, I took it upon myself. This wasn't a request on me. This is something I did out of passion. And after all that, and I just feel like after all that work, I obviously cannot sell this. I can't for obvious reasons, being that this is only a fan work and that it took that much of I dedicated that much of my life to it. I just want to share it. So, and one other thing. Originally, I did really bad voice acting for the characters in in this comic when I made the presentation video. For your benefit, I've taken those out because they weren't that good. But I wanted to give it as much dimension as I could. But I'm going to spare y'all of that. So it's just the cheesy music I made for it. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. That's it. Bye. Oh, and I know you're looking forward to Phantasm 5 as much as I am. So yeah, rock on. Bye.